What up, guys? So I'm eating a hot dog with the brioche bun. Once you go brioche, you never go back. This is my third take because I just keep rambling on about so many things because I don't make that many videos anymore, so I want to get in a lot and I want to talk to you guys a lot. So I did use this brush. Oh God, don't get on my food. For washing tires. Used it only once. I don't know if that's dirt or the bristles were colored like that because anyway. And I use these products here. This is the tire shine spray. Some good stuff. Damn. And then this is really good. The Car Guys Hybrid Wax. Unfortunately, I actually don't even have the luxury of driving around my car clean because I'm sure I'm gonna wake up and it's gonna be spotted from sprinklers, which is such a problem in Florida. I hate them. Like, and usually they're broke. Don't want to get off topic. So I just got back from Death Wish. I did not see the original Death Wish, so you have to take that, into consideration. I did not see the original Death Wish. Should you see Death Wish? It's rated R. Should you see it? Yes. It's just got some awesome, memorable scenes in it, especially the Ice Cream Man scene. It's just classic. It's just classic. I'm not giving away any spoilers by saying it's basically about a doctor whose family is burglarized and shit doesn't go smoothly, let's just put it that way. So, he feels like the cops just aren't gonna find these guys. So he goes in for a little bit of vigilante justice. This kind of reminds me of like Die Hard meets Unbreakable, and it's sort of. He's even got the hoodie. It's pretty. I wonder if it's a nod to Unbreakable. It's hard to say. I give it a thumbs up. I enjoyed it more than Black Panther. I can't tell you why. Other than just Black Panther was just. I felt the main bad guy in Black Panther was the dumbest bad guy almost of all time. Michael B. Jordan playing like a low class person for some reason. I just didn't buy it, for one thing. Even though he did like a good job, but I just didn't buy it. Because he was pissed off so much that he was left behind that he's gonna go and wreak complete havoc. Like, what a dumb, spoiled piece of shit. Just was like the worst. Like, he didn't even say like he had a bad, childhood. He was just mad that he got left behind. That's like saying like every orphan goes on a killing rampage. Basically is what you're saying. This is stupid. I thought it was stupid. Black Panther, one of the weakest bad guys of all time. You thought Justice League had a weak bad guy. Black Panther is the worst. But yeah, so Death Wish, thumbs up and go see it. And I also what I really want you guys to do is, whether or not, it's hard to word this properly because I've done this video 3 times now, and I just want to say, whether or not you like Man of Steel, if you liked Batman vs. Superman better, or you liked Justice League better, which I don't know how that's possible, but let's just leave it at that. I don't want to get people get their panties in a bunch. Now, there may be no hope for some of you. Maybe you just hated Man of Steel. I don't know how. I loved it. And I love it even more now. If you go back, if you want to see Zack Snyder at his best, I feel he's done. Sadly, I feel like, I don't know if it's his home life with his tragedy with his daughter. It's like, the dude probably was rich. I don't know why maybe she got bullied. I don't know. Because whenever your family member is famous or whatever, you probably get the most hate of almost anybody because they're jealous as fuck. So, whether you're whether she got bullied or, you know, through social media, I really don't know. But I believe, you know, his daughter killed herself, and so he had to step away actually from the film. And I don't think that made any difference to the movie, because it was just about over, and he filmed whatever he needed to film. And not only was the film not widescreen, it was actually filmed sort of for IMAX, but yet not in IMAX, if that makes any sense. It was like optimized for IMAX. So I don't know exactly what that means, other than I'm sure that the ratio had changed. It just didn't look as cinematic as normally his, like as Watchmen. Go watch Watchmen. Go watch Man of Steel if you want to see his cinematic, you know, prowess, so to speak. And if you watch Man of Steel at the beginning, before Clark even gets to Earth, you know, the whole Krypton scene, watch it. Rewatch that. And then just go to Justice League, right? Go straight to Justice League. Go to any scene. Watch how much style of his is gone. I don't know why. I was going to say it makes no sense, but I'm sure it makes sense somewhere. Maybe he was rushed to make it. You know, like Man of Steel took a while. I remember hearing about Man of Steel, and man, they were just working on post. They were you know, reshoots, and just he wanted to make it so good. And it has the Hans Zimmer epic score. And at least Batman vs Superman had Hans Zimmer and Junkie XL, whereas Danny Elfman did the Justice League, and it was just, forget it. Just nothing rememberable about it, really. Just that, okay, he scored it. There's a score somewhere in the movie. I think Danny even tried to emulate the Wonder Woman score. So Danny even tried to emulate the Wonder Woman score at some point, instead of, at least I don't believe they imported it directly from Wonder Woman. And I don't think they used any. I think Hans Zimmer's was officially in there though, for Superman, but I could be wrong. I don't remember. It just was very forgettable. And even Man of Steel, straight to Batman vs Superman with the epic opening of Batman vs Superman, how they integrated it, just epic. I mean, even if the rest of the movie went to crap, it doesn't matter. I'm just talking about one of the almost, that was like unheard of to do, to connect two movies together, to show it from like a completely different angle and perspective, and it worked. And I could watch that intro over and over again. Like, I loved it. And it's just, Justice League had none of that. None of the action sequences, except for maybe the underwater sequences with Aquaman fighting, had any real true, like, Zack Snyder style overall to me. I don't know if he lost his mojo. It's gone. So I don't know if his mojo's gone or not. I mean, I don't care. I mean, he still gave us Man of Steel. I mean, for me personally, like, I'm glad I saw it. There's not much I didn't like about Man of Steel, actually. I rewatched it. It was great. And the best scene in Justice League is honestly when Superman gets resurrected, so to speak. That is the best scene in the movie, guys. He's like confused, he's pissed, and best scene in the movie. It shouldn't be the best scene in the movie, but it is. Well, maybe it should be the best scene in the movie. I don't know. But let's go over it real quick. It's the only scene in the movie where he obviously shot it before his mustache. So that scene was in the movie, first and foremost. So it's just it's a big confusion, mess of how it was filmed. I don't know when they filmed the scenes with his mustache, because obviously any scene with his mustache, it just looks horrible. I'd prefer it to be cut out of the movie altogether. Never show me Superman with the lip gate. It's horrible. like the very beginning with the cell phone footage, that did not need to be in the movie. Absolutely did not need to be in the movie. It literally made no difference to the plot. It didn't get me hyped up for Superman. I felt nothing for Superman. It should have started with like how Man of Steel went into Batman versus Superman. They connected them. I think Justice League should have opened with the ground dirt coming up on the coffin, and then something happens. Now, I don't know what happens because I haven't thought about it, but just spitballing it, that's how I would have done it. And I would have also focused on Lex Luthor first and foremost right away, because that's what they did at the end of Batman vs. Superman. So that's why it felt like a completely different movie, and it didn't feel cohesive as Man of Steel to Batman vs. Superman did. They felt, boom. It's like Zack Snyder knew exactly what he was going to do. And I don't know, you know, he said a personal problem. So, I don't know. That's how I feel. I feel like it could. I feel like Justice League could have been easily 2 times better, and it just wasn't. Partially because that stupid Lipgate, that just annoyed me to no end. It still annoys me to no end. I hate watching it. So you just cannot avoid Lipgate. You just cannot avoid it. Plus, it just lacked the style. Like I said, go back and watch nearly any scene of Man of Steel. Any awesome epic scene is, you know, Zack Snyder was a god at like CGI. He knew how to film it and integrate it with proper green screen techniques, and to where you didn't even know like it was green screen. You just thought, oh, I don't know, this looks really good. It looks really stylistic. And I mean, tons of 300 was just green screen, but yet, good lord, I did not know at the time. It looked epic. It looked so cinematic. And gone. It's gone now, guys. So Justice League was pretty much 80% done. It wasn't like Zack Snyder filmed 30-40% of Justice League and couldn't do the effects or whatever. He shot most of the movie. And I just think that he was having problems and his focus was not on the movie. And then, you know, Josh Whedon comes in and directs who knows what scenes. I have no idea. I can't pick his style out in the movie, which is, in my mind, actually a bad thing. Because if someone came along and said, hey, I directed this scene of Man of Steel, like the whole Krypton scene, and then Zack Snyder had nothing to do with it, if that happened, I would not believe you, because that looks like for serious Zack Snyder style. It just is what it is. I mean, just the fact that Josh Whedon blended in so carelessly to Zack Snyder's style. Schneider, is it Schneider or is it Snyder? I don't know. But just the fact that he blended in so effortlessly, that's actually a negative in my mind. But anyways, it could have been 2 times better. So that's my update for today. And peace out, guys.